I like the spice this week. A lot of these games, it's just teams just put their head down and say, well, we respect the other team. We're going to go to work and we're going to do what we do. And these teams don't like each other. I'm here for that. It's nice to have a rivalry in the NFL, especially when it's not within the division. Pretty cool. When it's these teams that face each other, and one team surprisingly has the other team's number. Not only did they beat them last year, the Bengals beat the snot out of the Chiefs in the regular season as well. If you remember, a big game that almost cost the Chiefs home field advantage in the playoffs when Jamar Chase went for 3 touchdowns and over 200 yards receiving. This was the game that everyone said, okay, well, they'll right the wrong. They'll right the wrong. The Bengals receivers and the Bengals tight ends and the Bengals quarterback kind of own the Kansas City Chiefs right now. And it boiled over this last couple of 24 hours. I don't know if you guys saw this. There was a video, a local reporter in Kansas City asked Justin Reid, the team's new safety, wasn't there last year, some defensive planning and what you're going to do. And he said, 88, I'm not worried about 88. And he's like, it's a Higbee? And they said, no, it's Higgins, as in T. Higgins. He's like, yeah, is it Higgins? I don't know. I don't know the name. Whatever it is, I'm going to lock him up. Yeah. All right, to which, let's get into the tweets.
Then it goes to the Soch.
Then it goes to the Soch. All right,
let's go.
The first tweet, let's roll it in there, Quab. What do we got here? The first response, of course, was from what? T. Higgins here.
What did T. Higgins have to say?
I know. This is really juicy because the setup.
Talk us through it. Yeah. Talk us through it.
We just figured, you know what? The show's starting. Let's
talk us through it.
Audible. We're checking the pancakes.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Can you bring it up on your Surface?
What did they say?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
What did they say?
Show it.
T. Higgins is like, I'm going to give whoever's covering me up, I'm going to give him the smoke, whatever. And then Jamar Chase came out, then Justin Reid came back. And it turns out he meant to say Hayden Hurst, if you're following all this. Hayden Hurst, the tight end.
It went from Higbee to Higgins to Hurst. Higbee not on the team.
Higbee's
somebody else came up with Higgins, though.
Was that.
But the Bengals heard it a whole different way and said, hey, if you don't know T. Higgins' name, that's the insult in itself. Yeah. There was reference to tuna in a can, which I don't even know what that means. That's what Jamar Chase said.
Playing hurt today, buddy.
I think the 4 of us, we might not know that reference.
Playing hurt.
You heard of the Cardinals hat? You heard of the Twins?
Maybe others could. Bottom line is this. These teams don't like each other.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs are well aware that the Bengals think they have their number. And the Bengals are coming into this game at home in a late afternoon window, like feeling pretty confident that they've got their number. I can't wait for this because this is the spice. All respect to Bills Chiefs. Those two teams respect to each other too much. It's like they give each other a parade every time they play. Like, I respect Josh Allen. I respect Patrick Mahomes. These teams don't like each other. They don't respect each other. I'm here for it. Chiefs looking to get revenge. Bengals, of course, looking to get their 3rd straight win over Patrick Mahomes.
Meanwhile, Tyler Higbee's like, what did I do? I didn't do anything.
Tyler Higbee's like,
what the? Leave me out of this.
I'm not even playing.
Strays. Yes, we know what that one means.
No cap.
All right, so Patrick Mahomes, I think he figures interesting in this. Patrick Mahomes, charmed existence, and God bless him for it. He's earned it. Makes all the money in the world, has all the respect in the world. I won an MVP. Pretty likely I win another one. I won a Super Bowl. Even when I lose the Super Bowl, people are like, wow, Mahomes is amazing. We got this thing when Buffalo beats us in the regular season, and we laugh because we know we always get him in the playoffs. And no one. But then there's a problem developing, and it's this. Bring it up. Like, we have to extinguish this real fast. Let me see. That's a problem. I don't like this guy in the orange jersey. I don't like that he's beaten me twice, and not only beaten me twice, outplayed me objectively, statistically across the board. I stomp out all threats to my AFC domination. That's what I do. I host the title game every year, and if there's a new threat creeping up who can chuck it around a little bit in my conference, I don't like it. It threatens my charmed existence. I have a beautiful family. I have a new baby. We're calling him Bronze. I like it. It's cool. Everything I do is cool. Not losing 0-3 to Joe Burrow. Not 0-3. Not when he got you last time, he gets you again. You have to eliminate all threats, Patrick Mahomes. This is your world. And if they beat you again, it really registers as someone like maybe the Chiefs #the Bengals have their number. I don't want to see that happen, Sean.
Yeah, it sounds like some new fathers on both sides of the field there with Joe Burrow.
Wow. So you're saying that Mahomes has a child named Bronze and Burrow has a child named Mahomes?
Yes, Patrick.
Wow.
Yes, apparently, according to that stat right there, I think this game means a lot to Mahomes and from that personal pride standpoint. But listen, let's not get it twisted. This game is all about the Bengals right now. They started out 0-2 this season. They've rallied back. When you look at how important this game is for them, look, if the Buffalo Bills take an L tonight against the Patriots, guess who they're fighting for in the playoff picture? Look, they're going to be up against the Buffalo Bills to try to see who gets in. So I think that this is a huge win for them, but it's also, I think it's a big win for a big game for Lou Anarumo. I talked about him earlier on the show, the defensive coordinator. Look, he found a way to blank the Chiefs in the second half, their last 2 games, the games you're talking about. unbelievable job with the adjustments.
Yeah.
But here's the key, right? Nobody can seem to stop Travis Kelce right now.
Right.
If he finds a way to slow that all thing down, I think we're talking about Lou Anarumo as a possible head coach. I can't wait for him to start whispering right now.
It's already out there.
Look, I mean,
he interviewed for the Giants job last year.
More traction here.
He's got
this
it.
game has more force, not just for the Bengals, but for long term for coaches.
Oh.
I'm going to hang right there with you and talk the sexy Bengals defense as well, because did you see that they went to Nashville last weekend and held Derrick Henry to 38 rushing yards? Because they did that. And if you were looking at a list of exciting players that you wanted to watch this weekend, I don't know, maybe the name Isaiah Pacheco would pop up in your mind, because that running back knows how to run. He looks great in his highlights. But the Bengals' run defense has shored some things up recently. It's looked really good, but the fact that they held Derrick Henry to 38 at home last weekend, Pacheco should be worried. The Bengals could. That is one way to go into someone else's house and quiet them quickly, is if you stop anything that has relation to do with the run game.
Yeah, got to find a way to block Mike Hilton. That would be
exactly, Sean.
Solution number one.
Block Mike Hilton. That's the one that escaped me. Jason McCourtney, what's on your list of? You have to be a little bit more well-rounded than just covering the Patriots and the Bills. Give us a little Chiefs-Bengals angle, will you?
Yeah, everybody's talking about Cincinnati. They're the hot team. Kansas City's still the favorite. They're still the best team in the AFC. And to piggyback off Peter, this is the second time I'm doing it. I can't believe I'm going with Peter here, but I'm fired up. When you have players talking trash to each other on Twitter, like he said, Jamar Chase and Justin Reed going back and forth, this isn't just like receivers talking trash to each other or DBs talking trash. Justin Reed's going to have his opportunities to hit Jamar Chase coming across the middle. Jamar Chase is going to have his opportunity to go up and catch a ball over Reed. Like, I can't wait to see the chatter that goes on after the whistle, before the whistle. What are these guys doing pregame? That video that went on with Justin Reed, like he said, not knowing who Hayden Hurst was, then them helping him out saying T. Higgins, and he's like, all right, I'll just go with T. Higgins, and then double down. Like, I'm locking everybody up on the field. I can't wait to see him, but the secondary back him up going against that Cincinnati Bengals offense, now having Chase back and Mixon as well. Who doesn't love a little chatter going on before the game? I'm excited to see it.
Jason, when you were a defensive player talking about these offensive guys, would you refer to them by number? Torrey Smith had a thing. It was like, I didn't know everyone's name. I knew numbers. Could that be an honest mistake by Reed, or do you think it might have been intentional?
No doubt about it, because you do know numbers, and that means you're watching film. There's no name up there. You know the guys that are the guys. He knows Jamar Chase's name. He knows the guys he's supposed to. So I don't look at it as disrespect. If I know his number, I'm watching film on him, and I'm seeing how he plays.
T. Higgins not one of the guys?
T. Higgins had about an 80-yard touchdown in the
It was
Super Bowl.
Hayden Hurst.
Like, it was a pretty big deal.
Not T. Higgins.
Yeah, but he...
Yeah.
Shregs, to your point, though, I used to ask defensive linemen after every game, like, hey, man, what'd you think of the right guard? You know, I'd say their name, and, like, Barry Colville would be like, oh, what number was he?
Yeah.
Like, 76, he's been in the Pro Bowl 3 times. He's like, yeah, I didn't know that name. Like, so there's some legitimacy to that.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you who really got hurt by that was Stanford University. That's where Justin Reed went. Like, you go to Stanford, you should know everybody.
Wow.
Deep dig, absolutely. The Stanford education took one on the chin.
They've had a tough week.
Unfortunately,
They called the Rutgers of the West.
Yeah, they did.